you. Uh-huh. Have any of you ever felt like you really had to fart and you just try to let out a little bit, but then you just come in your pants? It's confusing. There's nothing like it. I was kicked out of an animal rights convention for going around trying to get people to rub my lucky rabbit's foot. You know, I didn't get mad at them for it though, you know, because I knew it was a faux pas. I was in a grocery store and I really needed to go to the bathroom, so I just burst into the first one that I saw. There was a lady in it and she screamed, "Sir! Sir, you cannot be in here!" And I was so embarrassed I tried to lie my way out. And I said, "Well, I identify as a woman, so I can't be in here?" And she just looks at me and says, "Ma'am, this bathroom is for employees." I don't think they should allow teachers to grade on a curve anymore. You know, because one of my teachers graded on a curve and then her car went off a cliff. Apparently it was my paper too before it happened. Which makes me sad that the last thing that she had to read before she died was plagiarism. You know, not very many people know this, but if you cook vegetables right, they taste like veal. The trick is getting an oven into the hospital. And I'd recommend a hospital, you know, 'cause they have the freshest vegetables, it seems. For years, I've been searching for my long-lost brother, you know, and I finally got a lead that he belonged to a very exclusive club of high-class cannibals. But when I went to the club and I talked to a club official there, and they told me that he had been dismembered. I said, "That's a shame. You know, I was really looking to get some closure." And he said, "Well, I think they kept leftovers if you still wanted to get a piece of them." I said, "No, it's not so much that. It's my memory of his face is already starting to fade. So if that's lying around somewhere, I'd appreciate his face." You know, and he said, "Oh, his face? It's in the gift shop. You know, we put it in a big glass case, spread out like the wings of a monarch butterfly. And it's yours for $39.99. And I said, "That's a little expensive. Can't I just take a picture?" And he said, "No flash photography." My father had a black belt, and he hit me with it. They say to write about what you know, and I know domestic violence. I know domestic violence like the back of my father's hand. It's a pity I don't have any dead dad jokes for you all tonight. I find it hard to write them when that son of a gun is still kicking the shit out of me. My father loved to drink, and he also loved Michael Jackson. When you pair those two things together, you end up with a brother named Beat It. He named his son Beat It. It was just his dream that every time his son introduced himself, it sounded like, "Hi, my name is Beat It." Beat it? Just beat it. I recently got a sugar mama. And I know that she's not like my real mama. It's when I tried to cry on her shoulder, my tears made her all clumpy. she was made of sugar. I love pornography. And how could I not? It's one of my favorite genres of entertainment, complemented by one of my favorite activities. But, it's not our greatest public health crisis, but I do see how it can mess with your head a little bit. For instance, I was having sex with my girlfriend and I accidentally called her by the wrong name. And it was just an innocent accident, but just in the throes of passion, I said, "Oh, that feels so good! Best anal gaping compilation of 2004!" And I go to my friend and I said, "Hey, I'm having troubles with my girlfriend, and we've tried everything, but, do you have any advice?" And he says, "Oh man, relationships are all about trying new things together. So what you gotta do is go home and have sex, like you've never had sex before." And I said, "Really? Like, we've definitely tried that." And he said, "Oh no, there's more." And record it. And then later that night, masturbate to that tape. And record it. Send that tape to your girlfriend for a "hey, diddle diddle," and record it. And then the next time you guys are both feeling into it, pop that on and have sex to that time that she had sex, to that time you had sex, to that time both of you had sex, like you've never had sex before. I said, "I've already tried that." I'm kind of naive when it comes to dating. I was on a date with a girl, and she told me that she was from Russia. And I said, "Oh, that's a red flag." Luckily, it didn't kill the date. We ended up going back to her place, and in the middle of sex, she tells me, "You can finish wherever you want." So I didn't. Now who has the power? I got in trouble with Amazon.com. Amazon has this feature called the wish list, which I thought was pretty cool. If you're not ready to buy, you can just save it in this list. And then Amazon takes that information and makes it public to your friends and family. I did not know that last part. It's ironic how using Amazon's wish list has made me only wish for things the money can't buy. Firstly, I wish my mother wasn't up late and got a notification when I was telling Amazon I was thinking about getting a sex doll. And secondly, I wish I didn't get one for Christmas. It was very thoughtful of my mother, but I think the least she could have done was wrap it. And don't just put a bow over the face, Because it was awkward. I mean, Christmas morning, my religious and conservative grandmother just looks under the tree and says, "Oh, who in the family is making God sad?" I said, "I think you're talking about me, grandmother." And she says, "Son, don't you know that God says it's better for your seed to fall into the belly of a whore than on the ground?" And I said, "Correct me if I'm wrong, grandmother, but I think I'm avoiding both of those things." She said, "Boy, that thing's no better than a whore." And I said, "Don't you talk that way about Beverly," and I punched her in the mouth. So that's just how far I'm willing to go for you, even if we were on a date and some big burly construction worker guy catcalled you, well, I'd happily run back over and punch my grandmother in the mouth. Every day I have to get into this battle with this homeless man outside of my work. Just the other day I was trying to get by and he stops me and he says, "Smoking is bad for you and everyone around." I wasn't smoking, so I said, "And it is bad for the environment." And he snaps and he says, "Don't change the subject." And I said, "I didn't. I changed the object." And he said, "No, you did. You said, and it is bad for the environment. You swapped out the word smoking for a pronoun. You changed the subject." So he got me on that round. later that day, I was on break outside, and across the street was a guy wearing a Hillary 2016 t-shirt, smoking a cigarette. And when he finished, he threw his butt out into the street. And just then, a guy wearing a MAGA hat rushes up to him and says, "Hey, we live in this environment. Can you please not litter?" The Hillary guy looks at him and says, "You're judging me? You support an administration that wants to abolish the EPA. So who here is the real villain?" And the MAGA hat guy looks at him and says, "I'm homeless." This hat keeps the sun out of my face. Can I have a dollar? You got a dollar. And then we all watched as he put that dollar into his wallet and get into a big truck and drive away. And I leaned back over to the homeless guy from the earlier part of the joke, and I said, "Between you and I don't think that guy was really homeless." And he looks at me, and I'll never forget this. He says, "It's between you and me." I work at a call center every morning at 6 a.m. Yeah. There's a bright side I found to working so early. It means I get calls from the East Coast. And that's how I found out that I love New Jersey. Because first call of the day was Linda calling from New Brunswick, New Jersey to set up an appointment. And I said, "Okay, Linda, well, how's Friday for you?" And she says, "Friday won't work, because that night I'm going out with the girls." Oh, Linda, okay. How about Saturday? Could you do Saturday? "Do you not hear me? Friday I'm going out with the girls." We figured it out. And the second call of the day was also from New Brunswick, New Jersey. But she can't do Saturday because she has breast cancer. So I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, how about Friday? Can you do Friday?" And she says, "Friday won't work, because Saturday is that day where I'm getting that operation where they cut off my tatas. So that night I'm going out with the girls." I said, "Oh shit, you know Linda." One of these days I'm just gonna, say screw it and just quit my 9 to 5 and pursue my dreams and live life on the streets selling seashells I make myself out of glass. I won't make a lot of money, but at least my conscience will be clear. I'm happy you all came out. Summertime, I'm sad it's gone, because I don't know about for all of you, but summertime for me means no more school shootings. Yeah. Summer school kids aren't such bad eggs. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Try not to. All right. I got one more thing before I get out of here for now. Thank you for calling JCPenney. How can I help you? What's that? No, I don't know what that is. Maybe we have a bad connection or something? Yeah, try hanging up and call us right back. I'm sure it'll be all right. Thank you very much. I haven't seen that.